Hey guys, what's up? Before the weekend, I decided to record a quick market breakdown. Let's take a look at what we have today. Let's go over two positions, Bitcoin and Solana, because the situation right now is pretty clear, but at the same time a bit tricky. Let's start with Bitcoin. Right now, the price is basically moving exactly according to the scenario. It's respecting the structure we marked out earlier. And in fact, the market is currently in a deep range. That means we don't have a clear trend, neither a strong uptrend nor a strong downtrend. Price is simply moving from one boundary of the range to the other, collecting liquidity. And in these conditions, the most common mistake is trying to trade this like a trending market. That doesn't work. At the moment, the priority for Bitcoin is still to the downside, so globally, the market is still leaning bearish. However, inside the range, you can trade from the boundaries. For example, from the lower zone, where we have support. You can try to catch a local bounce, but it's important to understand this is a short-term trade, not a trend reversal. It's just a reaction from the level, nothing more. Now the most important part. The optimal scenario right now is not to enter immediately, but to wait for liquidity to be taken from above, specifically the 78,500 to 79,000 area. Why is this important? Because that's where stops are sitting, that's where participants are positioned, and the market is very likely to move there before the main move. And only after that liquidity is taken, it makes sense to look for a short position for continuation to the downside. So the strategy is simple. First, take liquidity above, then reversal and move down. Now, let's talk about Solana. We already traded this coin before and took around 54% profit. Yes, we could have taken more, but it's still a great result. Right now, the situation on Solana remains technically clear. Price is trading within a structure where we have a well-defined lower level, a support zone, and from there, we can look for intraday opportunities. So the idea here is, price comes into support, we see a reaction, we can take a local long, but there's an important condition, volume. Without volume confirmation, entering these trades is risky. We need to see clear signs that buyers are stepping in. If there's no volume, the bounce might be weak or may not happen at all. Now, what's next? After a local move up, if price reaches the marked resistance level, that's where we can start looking for a short, because structurally it would look like this: a pullback up, a return into a supply zone, and a potential continuation to the downside. To sum it up, Bitcoin, ranging, bearish bias, waiting for a sweep of 78,000 to 79,000 before looking for shorts. Solana, possible local bounce from support, but only with volume confirmation, and then looking for a short from the upper level. As a bonus, I'd like to show you an analysis of an interesting asset, APT. We have a Fibonacci grid here, and the situation is quite interesting. I wouldn't rush to open this trade right now. I've marked a block below where we can build on this and build positions. Basically, you can place a limit order and wait for it to execute. This will be a very profitable trade with a good payoff. That's all for today. Thank you all for watching and have a great weekend.